Hi everybody, it's Galactic Man Larry here again with another Star Wars The Vintage Collection review, and today we have a figure that has been around for a while but I haven't opened yet. And with the news that my Haslav Razor Crest it's on its way, which I'm very excited about, and I will of course cover that here on the channel. I decided I had to start opening more of my Mandalorian crew figures, and who else next than the controversial Cara Dune. Not losing more time, that's the figure. That's like a studio photo of her, like looking great. That's the figure. I mean, I think she looks better in the photo than in the figure, even if the figure looks really good. Yeah, that's the rest of the figures from that wave. I have many of those. I just don't have the princess, and then of course I haven't opened this one or this one or this one or this one or this one either. So I just have reviewed this guy, and all the rest of them I have them somewhere stored. Yeah, so there you have your little Cara Dune vintage collection figure out of the packaging. It's a nice looking one. I mean, let's just take her out of there. And there you have her, the little 3.75 Cara Dune figure. She of course has the I call it now the older hip system, at least with the IG 11 and Bo-Katan that came 2 years after this one, but I already reviewed. The hips have been changed, and also the ankles have been also improved. But yeah, let's see. I mean, still the figure in the looks department, I think it's really nice. It looks really like it looks good. She comes with this little, well, that's her sidearm painted in gunmetal with a little bit of brown for the hilt, and her, I don't remember the name of this, but like her repetition blaster or whatever it was called, like her heavier kind of machine gun thing, Thompson, I don't know. Yeah, you know, it has this like old, like World War II or something like that flair to it. In any case, it's a heavier blaster. Well, it of course is heavier than this little mosquito gun. And now, how do we put this in? We just slide it in. It's properly in place now. The gun, I think you can place it like this. Well, while I'm thinking I'm doing it, and it's right. And there she is. She stands. Oh, it's not a big problem to get her to stand. She's just there, and she stands well. And yeah, I mean, you have all that detail. Even in the smaller scale, the figure is super nicely detailed and articulated. Just look at that, the face sculpt. Even if it's now out of the bubble, I really like how it looks. I think the eyes are a bit on the small side, at least in person. I don't know in the camera, but in person they look, to me, they could be a bit bigger, the eyes. Yeah, to me they're like really tiny. She has the Rebel logo tattoo on the cheekbones, well, the cheekbone. And I think it's sharp. It's just very tiny, and of course maybe it's not super perfectly flawless sharp, but it's sharp. Now the knife on the side of the leg, it's not removable, unlike the Black Series figure. Yeah, and articulation wise, well, her shoulder pads are on this piece that goes to the neck and to the back, and here on top of her chest. The arms can go, I'd say, all the way around, but of course you have to go around these shoulder pads. You can just go straight. She can lift her arms up to 90, and she could more if the shoulder pads weren't there, but they are there they are. The head can look up that much, which is, I think, is nice for the scale. And she has a double ball peg, which, yeah, let's see. I mean, the double ball pegs on the vintage collection figures, I think they kind of make them better than when they're trying to use them, for example, with Spider-Man in the new retro body mold, which has been used 3-4 times already, or at least 4 times. With this Spider-Man, the first one of the mold, then it was the Webman, then it was the Ben Reilly, and then the symbiote, well, the black one, you know. And the neck on that figure, it has a lot of motion, but the peg, it goes so deep that it's kind of senseless. And in these tiny figures, they just do it right, and the peg is high on the neck but still in position. I mean, it doesn't just go out, it's there, you have to pop it out, and it goes into the head, and it allows for a lot of tilt. I mean, the hair gets on the way, but look, this other side, which has no hair, no long hair, you can do a lot of stuff. I mean, she can look down. Yeah, this is how it's made. I don't know why the same company is inconsistent with the two scales. I mean, the larger scale, in my opinion, I'm an ignorant, yeah, but I think the larger scale should be easier to do because you have more surface, more plastic, more volume of thing that you can, yeah, engineer around. Anyway, she can go all the way around on the diaphragm, no problem. It clicks a bit, but it's super easy. I'm not forcing anything, which I did with my, as you might know by now, my super vintage collection Boba Fett. Diaphragm can bend. Let me remove the gun here, it's getting on its way. She can go backwards that far, just a little bit, but hey, it's there. I mean, and we're talking about the smaller scale. She can go forward just a little bit, it's almost nothing. You can just, it's there, but it's, yeah, minimal. She can tilt to the sides, it's nice. The legs can do, well, with the gun will get on the way, but let me take the gun out. Well, the holster is there, but she can do that much splits. You can turn the hip, of course, and then she can kick forward like so, which is not that much. I mean, this kind of belt acts also as a kind of a skirt piece and gets on the way. And she cannot really lift the leg that much. Well, I mean, she can, but not even up to 90, which is a bit of a shame, but it's, yeah, it's what she can. I mean, and again, smaller scale. She can bend the knee 90 degrees. There she has also some side movement for adjustments. I mean, she also has the thigh cut, which can go, of course, all the way around. Yeah. The feet, they can go backwards that far, forward that far, and they can turn on the, yeah, because this is the wrong, well, the old system. And I mean, look at the feet, just look at this, going like, ugh. No, I'm glad that now we have the proper feet system, the ankle system that you can tilt and not just turn flat, you know. Anyway, the figure looks good, but she doesn't enjoy those updates. Yeah, and of course you can put the gun on her hand. Well, I'm saying of course, and I haven't done it, but I mean, I know they have come so far with making these figures. And of course, again, you can give her this other gun. Let's see how it's done. She has, well, the proper trigger finger is only this hand, so whatever gun you're giving her should be in this one, because the other hand doesn't have a proper, like a separate trigger finger, you know. Now, yes, another detail, the hands can turn all the way around. She doesn't have bicep cut, but you can do that on the elbow. This hand has a vertical hinge, which is great. Both hands have vertical hinge. I'm just improvising. I guess she can wield this gun with both hands. Now for size, well, for comparisons, here we have the Black Series Cara Dune, and I like both. I mean, yeah, this gun doesn't come with her. That's from the Val figure from the Solo movie, which I like how it fits her. Yeah, I mean, of course, the Black Series one has more detail, but not crazily. I mean, this little one is just like a shrunken version. But I mean, here you can have the separate barrels of the repetition blaster or whatever it's called. You have more detail to the texture, everything, again, because it's larger and you have more surface to do the things, but basically they're kind of the same figure and they have a very similar amount of articulation and all of that. But yeah, the larger the figure, I think it's the easier you can do this kind of stuff. Now for size comparisons, here we have, of course, Din Djarin, the Mandalorian. Here we have, let's just bring it like this, Baby Yoda as he was back then, I mean Grogu. Here we have IG-11 because they get to, yeah, that last chapter of season 1 at least, they do interact. Here we have Bo-Katan Kryze because they also interact in the last episode of season 2. Let's see what comes for these characters in the future. Here we have another character she gets to kind of interact with, well, a little bit, Luke Skywalker. Here we have another character that she gets to interact with just in an older version of him, Boba Fett. Here we have someone she doesn't get to interact with, but I have the figure around, General Grievous. Oh, okay, that's a bit, it's getting out of, yeah, it's getting crowded here. And last but not least, because I have him around, here we have the core class Soundwave, and I just realized like the core class is kind of in scale with 3.75. At least this guy is he even taller than Bo-Katan? Is he taller? Well, it's, yeah, I mean in scale, I mean Soundwave of course should be larger than that if we were talking about the real size of the robot. And then it's again this thing that the Transformers kind of adjust their size, yeah, if I'm right. I don't know if I'm right. That's this review. Well, here we have from the Fortnite, what's named the solo mode or whatever it's called, the 4-inch figures. We have, I don't remember, Cyclone was his name, Tempest, I don't even remember how this guy was called. I just got him because I thought the figure looks cool. There you have that guy, he's a bit tall. That's it for this review. I hope it was useful and enjoyable. If you don't have this figure, get one. She's yeah, she's good. It's a good figure. And please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Take care, stay healthy, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao, ciao.